Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I finally made my mind up. I've finally chosen the Seamaster 300 that I want to add to the collection. It was an easy choice, but I didn't get there easily. If you stay tuned, after my intro, I will explain everything.
Any ideas?
Welcome back. So I've made my decision on many factors, and if you'll notice, we're back to split screen. I'm just going to try and keep it a bit more interesting. This is just me chatting at my kitchen table. There's no real structure here. I've seen a lot of other YouTube videos. I've seen Archie's videos recently, and they really are terrible. What I put out yesterday was terrible, but it was 10 times better than that garbage. So you either want to watch this or you don't. If you don't like it, get stuffed. I find it interesting how people in the comments say random crap, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. I reckon you don't even get 3 seconds into the video before you type some garbage. I mean, people say that I'm not really a watch collector, and I wonder where they get that from. Where in their brains they think this guy is not really a watch collector. I mean, it's not like I don't own any watches, is it? Now, I've come to a decision on the Seamaster, and I've had to correlate everything together in my brain to make it make sense. I'm going to try and give you my process of elimination, and it's going to make sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to you, then you're born again stupid, and I can't fix that. Yeah, I can't go back in time and make you unstupid. So, right, now, let's go with the retail version of this watch first. I had a good look at it yesterday and I was not impressed by this watch. I noticed a couple of things about the retail one that were a concern. The first concern to me about the new version of this exact watch was the bezel. The bezel really was crap, guys. It was flimsy. It didn't go all the way to the end of the case, and it didn't feel solid on the watch. And when I had this watch in my hand, the color or patina of this watch was nicer than the other one. And I kept looking at them over and over, back and forth, over and over. And I was like, oh, is it the same watch? And it is the same watch, but the subtleties of it were that the newer version doesn't have a second row of writing on it, and I thought that looked quite odd. I actually like 2 lines of writing. I don't like 4 lines of writing, but you can't have everything. Yeah, I think there's 4 lines on this one, 4 lines on that one. They do make this with a 2-liner, but I've forgotten what that means. I think that was pre-chronometer testing, some garbage like that. Right, so I wasn't impressed with the look of the new one. Now, obviously, the new version of this has the lollipop second hand, which I really like. I like the lollipop. But do I like it enough to buy the newer version without this coin effect? What I'm trying to explain is, do you see how much that bezel comes up? Oh, hang on a minute. I'll show you on this one. This whole thing. You see the way that's a coin and that's not. I'll try and do it this way, actually. Well, what the new Seamaster looks like is it looks more like the Rolex bezel. And you wouldn't know that that's a problem unless you have this one. And when you look at how gorgeous this one is, I'm not comparing a Rolex pre-ceramic to this watch, but I'm just saying that's the look. I wanted this one straight away. Now, I'll just leave that there. So this version won hands down on the coin bezel. And when I did the movement, I don't know if you can hear this. It had a better sound to it. This has a better sound to the new one. It just does. So we've got the coin bezel, we've got the better sound, and it doesn't move. It doesn't wobble like the other one. It might have been just the watch I was looking at, but it just moved. Now, some other things I noticed about this and the new one is this is liquid filled metal, which the other one isn't. Right. Now, I've got another one for you. I got this from JJB Watches. I just double checked. It's in August 2021. So it's still got 2 years manufacturer warranty left on the clock. Right? Almost 2. I could have a brand new one with 5 years warranty on the clock. Does that make sense? But for the new version of this, it's 6,700, and I paid 3,800 for this one through JJB Watches. Does that make sense? And I prefer this watch. But again, even if I got 20% discount on the watch, which I have already pre-negotiated elsewhere, so I can get the new version of this watch in black, guys, from an authorized dealer for a whopping £5,350. I can get the blue one as well, the new blue version of this, which I gotta tell you is much nicer than the summer blue. I'll tell you about the summer blue in a minute though. So I'd still rather have this watch. And I woke up this morning and I realized I love everything about this watch, and only I could really love this. Now, there's something else happened yesterday, and it can only happen to me. The watch I was looking at the AED, the serial number ended in 51, which is crazy, right? I like coincidences. I was born, well, I'm 51, if that's a clue. But I'm actually after my birthday watch, and it's my birthday this month. I'm going to be 52, so what do you do? Anyway, so I've forgotten what else I don't like about the new watch. Oh yes, the new watch bracelet. It's tapered. It's too delicate. It's not a man's bracelet, guys. If you've bought that watch because of the new bracelet, it's very delicate and there's nothing wrong with it. But when you've got the older bracelet in your hand and you've looked at them both in detail, I gotta tell you, the older bracelet is much nicer. It is, because it already has the micro adjustment on the clasp. So that's a win as well. So basically everything about this watch is a win. So we're going to take the new one off the table completely. That's gone. Right, now back to this watch. Let's just, because I looked at it, I looked at the summer blue yesterday, and I've got to tell you, I've now negotiated a brand new summer blue from that authorized dealer that's no longer an authorized dealer. They gave me another £100 off. How nice of them. Thanks, Ian. So now they're going to give it to me for 5,500, and it's just god awful, guys. So it's going to have that same tapered bracelet, but the dial just looks horrible. When you have it in your hand and you look at that dial, you think, who come up with that color? And then the only point of difference between the summer blue and the standard Seamaster, I do apologize, I never got my other Seamaster 300M out because I'm not doing a 300M review, is the new version of this in the summer blue has the seahorse on the reverse. But what these lazy buggers did was they might have put the seahorse on the reverse. I'm going to teach you something else while we're here. You may as well learn something new. To put a glass back, the watch has to be thicker. Okay, it just has to be. And then you look at this older watch and you see the difference. You see the difference, guys? It's not as thick, is it? So that's the whole reasoning behind it. So you would expect, because the new summer blues, all of them, don't have an open case back, so you can't see this glorious movement. I'll try and get it into the camera for you. See that movement? See the little beating heart there, guys? Because you can't see that, you would expect, as for a £7,000 watch, for the new summer blue to be thinner. It's not any thinner. Those lazy shites at Omega couldn't be asked, bit of spit there, couldn't be asked to make the watch any thinner. Right? So the summer blue is the same thickness as an open case back, and if that's the case, I'd like to see the case back. It has the seahorse on the reverse, big deal. And it's a god-awful colour. Now, oh, god damn it, I'm really sorry. I forgot. The new version of the Summer Blue and the Seamaster has a loomed bezel. Big deal, because as per normal, I was lucky. The guy in the shop, John, thank you, John, he had a loom torch with him, and we charged this up together, his version, and I put it in my jacket, and lo and behold, the loom on the bezel was gone pretty quickly. So it's all bullshit, really. It's just a gimmick, isn't it? It's not, the loom's not good enough to actually hold a charge. So another gimmick. Sorry I went back in time there, guys, but remember, this is unscripted. Now we get to the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is this. I want a Spectre. And this watch is not a Spectre, but is it? Let me just try and remember the differences. The Spectre, I have read 3 different ways from Sunday. Now, a company that's selling the Spectre are saying that the bezel is liquid metal. They're saying that, but it's not on the spec. The Spectre's bezel obviously has got the 0 to 11, but it's still got the same coin. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to think, what is the difference between this and the Spectre? So we've got the bezel, and the Spectre has a numbered edition. I believe they made 7,700. I don't know. Sorry, 7,007. Do apologize. So it's a limited production, where this isn't. And what else about it? And the bracelet, which I intend to never wear, even though I said the bracelet's nicer, does have a 007 on there. Now, you could very easily buy that bracelet. You could buy the clasp and have the 007 on there. And it's got the lollipop secondhand. So I'm trying to think what to do. Now, the one I spotted and my subscribers kindly told me about, the Spectre, I found out it's just been serviced. And the price this company wants for a service Spectre is quite reasonable. So I was trying to think what to do. This watch, which is just as good as a Spectre, honestly, just as good, for 3,800, or the Spectre for £8,000, 8 grand. So then something else happened, and this is where you've got to trust your dealer. I didn't realise that James was watching my videos. This is James from JJB Watches. I get people all the time who tell me they watch my videos. Lauren, are you listening, Lauren? And then I'll say to Lauren, what about this and what about that? And she'll just completely go, oh, I've been called out. I'm not watching your videos. But anyway, back to James. He's been watching my videos, and you know what that guy's gone and done? And this is a watch dealer, right? Who I actually got both of these watches from. Can you believe that? I got both of these from James. I wanted this, by the way. And this one I wasn't sure of. He said, I tell you what, Brennan, you know you were going to send this back, and what happened was, and you're an ungrateful bunch, but I did this anyway. I agreed with James at JJB Watches that we would do a special offer for a subscriber. If I return this watch, this £8,300 watch, which is a bargain, I've been looking. This watch is available on Ramsden's website for £4,200. So I already got it for £400 less than Ramsden's is selling this watch currently. And the one at Ramsden's was a 2019, which means no warranty. This one is a 2021, right? So it's got a warranty. We both agreed that we would give this to a subscriber for £200 less. So yeah, we were going to let a subscriber have that for 3,600. Remember, I paid 3,800, and we were going to give it to one of you guys. Obviously not give it to you, you'd have to pay for it. So he contacted me this morning. He said, listen, I'll tell you what, right? Why don't you take it at 2,600? I'll give you 200 quid back. So remember, I bought it for 3,800. He sent it free delivery. I checked the receipt. That was 20 quid it cost him, which is price of doing business. He's just offered me this watch for the subscriber price that I haggled with him over. Now, when you haggle with a friend, it's not a good thing to do. Does that make sense? Because you're compromising the friendship by asking for a discount. And he said, I'll tell you what, you just take it at that price. So I chose to take this watch. But guess what else James has done? Even though I have now decided to keep this watch, he's going to try and get me a Spectre. Now, the company that was selling this Spectre at, I believe it's £8,000, James said he can beat that price. So what he's agreed to do, he's going to go and find me a Spectre. Are you waiting for this? A full set Spectre. Thanks, James. A full set Spectre. He's going to send me the Spectre. He's going to send it to me on trust. And if I like the Spectre, which he's going to get for me for less, are you ready for this? He'll buy this one back at 3.6 and then we'll offer it to a subscriber. Now, I hardly wear my watches, guys. This watch here, I've had it back 3 months and I don't know if you're going to see this on camera. But it's in absolute pristine condition. You see that? There's not a mark on the watch, which means this watch would go back to James without a mark on it. So one of you, if I do go ahead and I decide to not keep this watch and swap it for the Spectre and haggle over the money, but by my math already, 3.5, less than 8, pay him the difference, give this to a subscriber for a reasonable price. It could work, couldn't it? It really could work. And I think maybe it's something that could benefit everybody. Now, only I could ask James to do this. If James can pull this off, it will be a watch miracle. You know these watches are numbered. If he can get me a 1972, oh my God. Can you imagine? In 1972, because I'm 52 this year and I was born in 72. That watch would be amazing, wouldn't it? Right, so I'm going to just talk about this watch for a moment. And for those of you that, you know, think, well, you know, why do you need so many watches? Every watch has a purpose. This watch, the Seamaster, I've always liked it. And it's known for its lume on its sandwich dial. But this watch, I've always loved it. And it's known for its lume. But it's not a sandwich dial. It's known for the lume. So currently, that is my nighttime watch. And now this watch here, because this is a ceramic bezel, and these are both pre-ceramic bezel, this is now my daytime watch. Now I want to show you something else as well. Let's put this over here. Let's put these over here. Okay, bare fingers time. Are you ready? Push that like that. Push that like that. And these are some straps. I've got to look at them. Right, they're numbered 2021. And you put the buckle side at 12 o'clock, guys. Remember that? Watch. Are you watching? Are you learning? So that goes in there. Push this down here like this. I'm waiting to hear a click. Did you hear the click? We're halfway in, guys. We're halfway on. Then the little trick is you open this completely and you fold this over on itself. Another trick is you push that forward. You go on here again. You've got a firm grip on the other side and you push this one this way. And you listen for the click. This is really hard to do on camera, guys. You have to bear with me. Got it. Did you hear the click? You heard the click? Look how beautiful that is. Now, if you notice that was really hard for me to do, well, that's because I've got that new watch feeling. This hasn't got that new watch feeling. Are you watching? Now watch this backfire. I have to double check as well. Clasp on the top, and you just, oh, I forgot to take the pins off. I tell you what, you can tell I didn't rehearse that. Got to keep the pins separate, guys, because they're different size pins. And you just push this in here like this, and then you click it really quickly like that. Did you hear the click? Really quick. So that's that new watch. That's that new watch feeling. You know, when you're really worried about it. And then this one should go in a lot quicker. See that straight in. Remember, I'm doing this on camera and there's no editing. If you've been watching this whole time, you know this is all live. And then just look at how nice these watches look. Look at how nice this was. I just wanted to just show you how different an older watch. Obviously, this is not an older watch. Look how gorgeous this watch looks on this Artem sailcloth strap. Now, I wanted to show you something else about the sailcloth strap. They do have to wear in, so it will take a couple of days. You see how one is like that and one is like that. But again, you put an old watch. This is a 2006 Seamaster 300M, and doesn't it look like a brand new watch? I mean, there's shit all over a Tudor. All over a Tudor. So let's go back to the watch we're talking about, which is this one. And again, like I said, it's stiff, guys. How elegant does that look? I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up now. Doesn't that look gorgeous? You can have both of these straps with a deployable buckle and an Artem strap. Now, these are not Artem, these are Omegas. For the same price of one Omega sailcloth strap, guys. It's madness. And again, I'm going to do this in reverse. 1, 2, and then you're straight off. Now, you can put the pins on very easily, but remember, you're always putting your finger on the front so that it doesn't slip forward. You see, I'm naturally putting my finger there, guys. You've got to learn this the hard way. You've got to make sure your finger's dry as well. I'm going to put it in. And there you go. Remember, I'm doing all this live on camera. This other camera up here is just watching what I'm doing. It's like, you know, it's that when you're doing that exam, you know, and you know you're being watched. You see that? And then the same on here in reverse, guys. And you remember, you're always putting your finger in the front to protect the watch, because you don't want to scratch the front. Pop it off, and other side, guys, and you just pop it off like that. Same as that. Just a big thank you to Artem for these straps. I will color coordinate it today, guys. Right, and then I'm going to come back over here. Put this one in like that. And I forgot my own rule. I forgot to put my finger on this side. This is an exciting video today, not. Put this one in here. And then this is the 21 mil. Now, the reason I have the 21 mil handy is, like I said, Tudors are shit. And this was bought for a Pelagos 39, which turned out to be shit, right? Don't quote me, but I think this is the price of a Pelagos 39. There's just no competition. This is less than a Pelagos 39. You'd have change. Even after getting this fully serviced, you'd still have money left over to spend on hookers and crack. All right, let's put this in here. And we're back to where we started, I think. I absolutely love NATO straps, guys. They're a bugger to get on camera, though. I've managed to pull it off as well. I'm not all the way in, but I'm not going to fanny around with it on camera. So put that through there like that. I had one idiot on the comments say he thought that this watch looked terrible on a NATO strap. And I just put in the comments, are you stupid? Are you stupid? And he must be stupid, because guess what else he put? He asked me what this is, what this flap is for, yeah? And I felt like saying, listen, son, have you ever seen a fanny flap? Well, that's what it's for for a fanny like you. But in the end, I said to him, why don't you try Google, dumbass? Well, actually, I didn't say dumbass. I should have said dumbass. Right, so just to recap, I'm keeping this watch. I'm keeping this watch. I'll put this there so you've got something to look at, guys. Look at these two. These are both from the same time frame as well, guys. These were both out at the same time. I've lost my train of thought. Right, so I'm keeping this watch. James gave me a £200 refund this morning. I'm really sorry, subscribers. One of my subscribers said yesterday they liked this watch, and I said to me, hit me up on Instagram, and then I was going to give him the good news, but he never bothered. I still would have bought it though. Well, that's it, guys. So you see me at my table, my original table that I started it all from. That's what these videos are going to be. And if you like them, great. If you don't, get stuffed. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next completely dull as F video.